I found one of these old tins in my purse and I really wanted to use it for a craft. First I started by bending these back a little bit just so that I could take the lid off, and then I put down some oven bake clay adhesive and just some gray polymer clay in the bottom here. So you can see here that I went ahead and covered the sides and the bottom of the bottom and just the back part of the top. And I left all of this rough texture because I'm actually going to turn this into a peppermint mine. So this is actually going to be the cave walls. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and bake this a little bit so that it's not so soft and tacky, because I did use that clay adhesive. And then I'm going to start working on the other parts. The tins have come out of the oven and they are nice and baked. So what I did while those were baking was I took this white and red polymer clay and just made a polymer clay cane to look like a peppermint. Then I took those little pieces that I cut off of the cane and made these tiny little peppermint boulders to put in the bottom of my cave. And this is what those boulders look like after I've added them inside our little base. I also went ahead and did another layer of gray clay and added some peppermint pieces into this as well. And I do want to say, since these pieces had already been pre-baked, you will need to use some type of oven baked clay adhesive to get the unbaked clay to stick to the baked clay. I thought it still needed a few more candy cane pieces, so I went ahead and added a few more, and now I'm going to go ahead and bake these two pieces again. While those are baking, I'm going to go ahead and take this 26 gauge floral wire I have from Dollar Tree and make a little ladder going down into my cave. I scratched that last idea and instead used the wire to make a little minecart track instead. Just for more detail, I went ahead and made a little minecart and filled it with some more pieces of crushed cane, and I just super glued it down, as well as I made a tiny little pickaxe out of some clay and also glued that down. I also decided to make my ladder out of polymer clay, so I have that baking right now. I made sure to have a curve on my ladder so that when I added it into the top, it would fit and it would give it a more 3D appearance like that. And this is one thing that happens when you don't plan before you make something. So I reattached my lid and now it won't close. Okay, so what I ended up doing was I detached the bottom a little bit so that I was able, wow. So back to square one. I gotta figure out what I want to do to fix the ladder. If you have any ideas, comment and tell me what I should do. At least now it somewhat closes.